I can only say that because the men of God in our nation, the army of believers, stood in the gap for our nation. In the last election, three fundamental things happened. In that election, God came through for our nation. We've always had challenges with ethnicity, but in the last election, the people of Kenya stood firm and we voted an election that ended ethnicity in our politics and in the last election, number 2, we voted. And let me say this, the last election was as close as the one in 2007-2008. But there was a whole world of a difference. In the last election, God gave us the grace. And now we have set a new standard as the people of Kenya that we can vote peacefully. And we want to thank God that we have set for ourselves a new standard, that we can go to the ballot, we can vote for whoever we want, go home, go to business the next day, and wait for the results in a peaceful and tranquil manner. And I want to say to all those who prayed for the peace that surpasses every human understanding that came through for us in this election, to continue to do so for our country. And finally, I have just 2 things to tell you. Now, as President of Kenya, I need help. And let me say just 2. Number 1, you know our debt situation. And you know the words of Proverbs 22 and verse 7. That say, the borrower is a slave to the lender. You know our situation of debt, right? And you also know the words of Proverbs 13 and 22 that say, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. And the wealth of sinners is laid out for the just. Let me give you some statistics why we are where we are, because it's good for you to know. Countries like ours, in the middle income category, they raise between 20 and 25% of their GDP in terms of revenue. But for us, we are at 14%. We need to move the percentage of our revenue from 14% to 25%. We are currently collecting only 2.1 trillion. I want you to pray for our nation so that we can move our revenue from 14% to 25% because that is where countries like ours are. I have agreed with our taxmen, and I am happy that the preacher talked about the taxmen here. That as a country, we must move our revenue collection from 14 to 25%, from 2.1 trillion to between 4 and 5 trillion. And I am trusting God for it. And I am asking you to trust God with me for Kenya's revenues, so that we can leave an inheritance for our children. Instead of the current situation, we run the risk of leaving debt for our children. Finally, we have talked about the situation in our country. You've heard what Mom and the church is doing to Kampala. We have a food deficit situation in our country. We have laid out plans on how to grow enough food, because it's our duty and responsibility as a government. I need help with changing our environment. And I'm asking you, and I'm really grateful that the preacher talked about our environment. I need help with our environment, and we have a purpose to grow 15 billion trees. God gave us this country. We must take care of it. Part of why we have drought and the situation we are in is a contribution from the world, but we have a role to play as a nation. I want to ask every believer, men and women who believe in this country, who love this country, to help us grow trees in our country. Let everybody, let the church take the lead in persuading and getting us to grow trees so that we can change the situation of our environment, and we can have the opportunity to harvest water, to grow food, and eliminate hunger in our society. Those are my 2 requests for today. I will come back with more. Let me finally say, it is God. I was being reminded this morning when I was having tea with some friends before we came to church of the last day of the campaign. We had a rally in Nairobi, then we came to Mutembei, then we came to Nairobi Stadium, and then we had a problem in Kiambu. And it was 5:30, and the election campaign is supposed to close at 6. And we had to go to Kiambu because we had a problem. All indications showed, opinion polls and everything else, that we were not going to win the Kiambu town seat. So we were debating, do we go? It's only 30 minutes. And finally said we must go. So, okay, from there, in fact, I think at some point I was captured on camera physically running to the plane. There was no time. So we had 18 minutes to finish the rally in Kirigiti. And so as the minutes moved, and there was no time, I realized that this one, we are not going to win unless we do something extraordinary. So after making a short statement and persuading people, I decided to pray. And you know what? You won the seat. So prayer works. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
We are celebrating two great victories in Kenya. Number one, we won. Somebody didn't hear when I said we won. The church won the battle in Kenya. Give God a praise. Second thing, we are celebrating 34 years of God's grace and God's faithfulness. And friends, I just want us to just see God if you do things. Raise your hand and let's sing thank you.
Say thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. We give you thanks.
Excellency, we just want to celebrate you and your family, and thank you also for being part of this family. In actual fact, Excellency has a partnership number in there. As you remember, he dedicated the work of all the partners. Excellency, I'm very proud to have more than 25,000 active partners who make it easy for us to achieve and do what God has called us to do. And thank you for being a part of our partnership. So today, as we celebrate God's grace, we have a little gift from Excellency that we just want you to receive from us. And he won't, just so somebody, he won't. And just somebody, but we pray. Excellency, you know, this is a praying church. In the month of February, we only ate at 8 o'clock. And most of the people didn't eat anything. We pray for this nation because we are Kenyans and we love our nation. So this is going to do this.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and all the excellencies and all protocols observed. We have a gift for you. And the last time we were here, before we turn it around for the congregation to see, the last time we were here, I was so glad. So before we present this one, thank God you alluded to it, because I was going to mention it. The last time we were here, and we thank God for our prophet, Mom, because every gift that we give you or others is usually prophetic. We gave you a painting of a storm in that season we came. It showed a vicious storm, and it showed an eagle in the eye of the storm. And the most prophetic part of that painting was that the eagle flew out of the storm and storm by storm. In other words, the prophecy came to pass. Because here you are today as the 5th president of our nation. The storm did not destroy you. You came out of the storm. So today's gift is one of this lion. Again, a prophetic gift from our mom on behalf of all of us. And I just want to tell you what we symbolizes, what we have prayed it symbolizes to you in your leadership. The lion. The righteous are as bold as a lion. That's from Proverbs 28:1. A lion is compassionate in its power. A lion is confident and compelling. A lion is courageous in the face of challenges. A lion is clear on priorities. A lion is valiant in battle. A lion is vivid in its vision. A lion is audacious in its goals. You are a leader who deeply cares for the welfare of your people, society, and nation. And that is why, like a lion, you are truly a commanding force that cannot be ignored. Your Excellency, we present you with this lion.
The gentleman holding that age is one of the top thinkers in this nation, and he's a member of our church. Thank you very much. We want to invite our mother.
Yes.